Hello everyone, and welcome to today's lesson video on the Great Wall of China. In this session, we will explore this magnificent structure that stretches across northern China and discover its history, cultural meaning, and enduring spirit. There is a famous saying in China, "You are not a real hero until you reach the Great Wall." The Great Wall is not only an architectural marvel, but also a powerful symbol of perseverance and determination in Chinese culture. As we read today's text, we are not simply learning about a tourist attraction. We are stepping into a historical miracle created by countless people more than 2,000 years ago. Model Lesson Planning Part: Context, Text, and Reading. Context. Teacher name. Content area, High School Chinese Language and Culture. Target audience, Grade 12 learners in an inclusive classroom. Learner characteristics. Students are exploring identity, cultural connections, and global awareness. Some learners have language processing difficulties or limited background knowledge of Chinese geography and history. Students benefit from structured reading supports, visuals, chunk text, and color-coded annotation strategies to support comprehension and engagement. Text. Text, The Great Wall of China. Adapted 345-word leveled informational text. Standards. Content Area Standard, World Languages, Act Flow. Interpretive reading. Students identify main ideas, key cultural details, and historical significance presented in an informational Chinese text. CCSS Reading Standard. CCSS.Literacy.RI.9-10.7. Translate details from a text into visual form, example chart, map, or diagram, and translate visual information into written explanation. Student learning outcome, slow, smart formula. Slow. After reading the text The Great Wall of China, students will explain the historical significance and symbolic meaning of the Great Wall by identifying 3 accurate, text-based details. Using the raft format, students will explain to a younger learner why the Great Wall represents perseverance and Chinese cultural heritage. Assessment. What will students do to show they met this low? Students will record definitions and meanings of key vocabulary, example using a comprehension constructor. Create a visual model, map or diagram, showing the wall's general route, Shanhaiguan to Jiaiguan. Key features, mountain ridges, watchtowers, dragon-like shape. Complete a raft writing task. Role, cultural guide. Audience, younger student. Format, note or letter. Topic, why the Great Wall is an important cultural symbol. Lesson structures and procedures. Including integration of reading strategies before, during, and after reading. Before reading. Generate questions, build background knowledge, predict. Create curiosity by showing a short drone video of the battling section of the Great Wall. Ask students, why do people say? Build background knowledge by asking students what they already know about. Where the Great Wall is located. Why it was built. What it might symbolize. Pre-teach 4 to 5 key vocabulary words using visuals. Students generate predictions and questions they hope the text will answer. During reading. Establish purpose and focus readers. Tell students to read the text as cultural guides preparing to explain the Great Wall to someone who has never studied China. Students annotate the text using a color-coded Tavani-style system to monitor comprehension. Red equals I am confused or have a question. Yellow equals important facts or key details. Green equals I understand this and can explain it. Blue, optional, equals emotions, symbolism, or author's message. The teacher chunks the text into sections: arrival, scenery, history, symbolism. Using a comprehension constructor, students refine or revise their thinking about why the Great Wall is compared to a dragon, why it symbolizes perseverance and strength, why visitors feel admiration and respect. Students translate selected text details into visual representations, map, sketch, or diagram. After reading, summarize and demonstrate. Students summarize the text's central idea in one sentence. Students take turns explaining their color-coded annotations and supporting evidence with a partner. Students complete a visual model demonstrating understanding of geography, structure, and symbolism. Students complete the raft writing task, explaining the meaning of the Great Wall to a younger learner. Exit ticket. What personal value, example perseverance, strength, history, identity, does the Great Wall remind you of? Through this lesson, I hope students not only appreciate the grandeur of the Great Wall but also the spirit behind it. The wall is more than a historical monument, it is a bridge connecting the past with the present and inspiring perseverance for the future. The following is the original text in English and Chinese.
万里长城 The Great Wall。 人们常说，不到长城非好汉。 People often say, you are not a real hero until you reach the Great Wall. 又有人说，到中国旅游不去长城，就不算去过中国。 Others say that if you travel to China without visiting the Great Wall, it doesn't count as having truly been to China. 我一直向往着去看万里长城，这个愿望终于要实现了。 I had always longed to see the Great Wall, and this wish was finally about to come true. 汽车开出北京城，没多久，就进入群山之中。 After our car drove out of Beijing, it soon entered the mountains. 我们在车上向远处的山峰望去，八达岭长城像一条巨龙时隐时现，气势雄伟，令人赞叹。 From the bus, we gazed at the distant peaks. The Great Wall at Badaling, like a giant dragon, appeared and disappeared among the mountains. Its magnificent presence inspired deep admiration. 我们来到长城脚下，随着人流登上八达岭长城城楼。 We arrived at the foot of the Great Wall and, together with the crowd, climbed up to the Badaling Watchtower. 站在高高的城楼上，极目远望，八达岭群山格外壮观。 Standing high on the tower, we looked out into the distance. The mountains of Badaling were especially majestic. 长城沿着山峰一直伸向远方。 The Great Wall wound along the ridges, stretching far into the distance. 我们踏着石级向上走去，好像走上了登天的云梯。 We stepped up the stone stairs, as if climbing a stairway to the sky. 有时又觉得，万里长城这条巨龙，正驮着我们翻山越岭。